In this video, we're going to talk about using AI to upscale video with Topaz. All right, Ross, nice to meet you in person. Finally, we've talked a bunch. All right, so people not familiar with the baseline, just what is Topaz?
Yeah, sure. So Topaz, at heart, we use AI to improve and enhance images and video. So we'll take whether it's old video or newer video, maybe it's soft focus, maybe it's has a lot of compression or noise. We can basically improve the quality. And that's really about what we do, is like all about improving quality for images and for video.
Yeah, and walk me through what we're going to talk about here. We got some newer models and diffusion models, up-resi models.
Yeah. So we have a product called Topaz Video, and then we have a web platform called Astra, and both of them have Starlight, which is a generative model, and it's very useful for multiple things. One is going to be for something like this, which is like archival restoration. And I'll just pause on this for 1 second, and you'll see what we've seen in the last couple of years is that running any AI on text, you'll see fonts that get messed up and garbled.
Well, yes.
Right? It's pretty common. And Starlight Precise 2 does quite an amazing job of restoring like an old clip like this, but actually you can see how sharp the text is. So this is a really powerful.
Starlight Precise is one of the newer models of Starlight, correct?
That's correct. Yeah. We look at Starlight as a family of models right now. So we had Starlight Precise 1, then 2, and now we're at 2.5.
This is because I tested earlier models, and with text like this, it would, on archival stuff, it would get a little like.
Yeah, and I have many friends who are documentary filmmakers, and if they wanted to restore their film, it becomes a VFX process where they remove their titles and then add them back in. So now this really saves a massive steps for that.
Restoring something that already had the burnt-in captions. That's great. What other?
Well, this Starlight model is actually not only good for archival materials, but it's also really great for Gen AI sources.
Yeah.
So I'll show you a couple examples of this. Like here, this is generated in Google VO HD, and this is now upscaled with Starlight Precise. And you'll see it's actually going to solve a lot of problems. It's really tuned to improve Gen AI faces.
That like waxy synthetic skin.
That waxy synthetic skin. You can see we actually can see some pores, things that we just wouldn't really normally be seeing in a Gen AI source. Let's go ahead and play it.
What are the kind of upscale resolution options?
With a generative model, we basically can upscale to HD or 4K. We can also do frame interpolation, which is actually pretty useful for a Gen AI source, because you might want to take like your 24 frames per second and convert to 60 frames per second for a different kind of look. As far as Topaz as video as a whole, we have customers who are doing 16K or even bigger. So the GAN models, the traditional models, can go up much further than that.
And they still have a place, like it doesn't replace the GAN models, like different tools, different challenges.
Yeah, we have a lot of different models. So like Proteus is sort of one of our, maybe 80% of the different kind of use cases for video restoration or upscaling. It's a great model. Then we have models for like Nix is for denoising. We have a new model called Gaia 2, which is a frame-based model. So it might be good for stop motion or for like anime or cartoons, that kind of thing, because it actually does the upscaling on every frame individually, as opposed to like a temporal process. So we have a lot of use cases, and I think that's, in some ways, that is something that sets Topaz apart from like some of the other AI companies. So we're really making tools like for the professional use cases.
And the other thing is you have control. There are a lot of settings to.
Exactly. If I bring up Topaz Video really quickly here, just let me show a quick example. If we want to take this clip and upscale it to 4K, what's really kind of unique about Topaz is that here you have the ability to expose the parameters. So we have deep parameters that expose for the user. So just as a colorist, does very precise fine tuning on color. For upscaling, you can do very precise tuning and find the best setting for your particular clip in your use case.
That's extremely powerful. And then also going back to Starlight, what are some of the, if you kind of run it as is now, it uploads the clip and gets processed in the cloud. But you have other options now for local models?
Yeah, exactly. So if we look at Astra, we could run Starlight here, running it in the web. It's rendering in the cloud, as you say, right?
Yeah.
Inside of Topaz Video, we do have the ability to run locally, and that's another thing that is important to realize about Topaz, because there are, especially here at NAB, there's a lot of film studios, visual effects companies that their artists are not allowed to be on the internet, for security, and so this kind of on-prem local rendering is really important for them. So inside of Topaz Video, we do have a version of Starlight called Starlight Mini, which will run locally. We have a project called NeuroServer, which is the concept is really we're taking these really large models that require a lot of GPU and basically bringing them to local. So we're going to have a version of Starlight Precise that is coming probably in the next 3 to 4 weeks that will run locally.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you found speed-wise, depending on your GPU?
It's going to really be dependent on the GPU. Yeah. I mean, luckily we partner with NVIDIA, so I have like a Blackwell 6000 in this computer. But it really depends. Those are beefy models, right? So,
but in some cases, I mean, if you had a beefy model, could you process faster than if you were processing everything through the cloud?
The cloud right now is still going to be faster because it's spread out across a lot of GPU. As far as like your one local GPU, not many people have dual GPU in their local.
Yeah.
You can run it, but In fact, I don't know if you even knew this one, but in Topaz Video, we do have the ability. If we have multiple GPUs, we could actually...
I have not been on a machine that had multiple GPUs, so I didn't find that.
But so that's where I would set it to.
That's actually good to know, though. Okay, so you can take advantage if you have a very beefy...
And we have customers who they have hours and hours of archival footage, and they're looking for ways to optimize the process.
Just process everything. Cool. Anything we didn't touch on?
Yeah, it might be interesting just to mention the Wonder 2 model, really quickly, which is an image model.
Okay, right.
And it does really transformative things for text. What you see here on the left is a really compressed image of 640 by 480. It's been upscaled 6 times, but using the Wonder model, it retains text really well. Yeah, if you see that, or if I show the before and after here, that's before, and that's after. So really transformative, and it's using Gen AI, so it actually realized that this blob of pixels here was a light, and it actually made a really nice call there and brought back in all this detail.
Do you have any input control of guiding or steering or like clarifying what that is?
The Wonder 2 model, it's an automatic model. Inside of our web application, inside of Bloom, you have Wonder 2, and it's basically like, just the sizes, so it's an automatic model. You do have like creative models as well, where this allows you to like
reinterpret the image.
And so obviously if I crank this up, you'll start seeing hallucinations. Right.
Okay. Cool. Well, awesome. Thanks so much, Ross.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.